Scotland continues to thrill as we experience majestic waterfalls, white sandy beaches with crystal clear water and a very scary suspension bridge. But first, welcome to our channel. We are retired couple Kath and Sue and have been travelling and living in our motorhome for over 2 years. We started this adventure as 4, but we have sadly recently lost Archie, our brave old boy, and now continue as 3 with our loyal little girl Fudge. As the summer ends and the autumn begins, we cherish the happy memories and look forward to more memorable moments with Fudge by our side. Well, last week you saw us in Fort Augustus. Now for you it's a week later, for us it's a day later. And we found this beautiful park up. It's just a car park, it's called Black Waterfalls Car Park. We found it on Search for Sites. And it looked really interesting because of being near this rather spectacular waterfall. We're moving on tomorrow. This is just a one-night stopover. And hopefully it'll be nice and quiet here. We are quite close to an A road. But I would imagine this will get quite quiet again at night. We'll see. And then we'll let you know what we think about it. Well, there's a sign in the car park that tells you, first of all, that you're on an old drover's road, which was quite treacherous until the bridge was built in the early 19th century. And now I'm on a woodland trail which runs beside the river, and I think it runs between 2 bridges. And it looks like it's only going to be about 3 kilometres, which would be a nice afternoon walk for us to just walk down one side and then back up the other. And I'll tell you what, it is quite spectacular. When you stood next to a majestic waterfall like this, it makes... Fudge, come here! Fudge, come here! It makes you realise how fragile life is, because I know if I fell in there, that'd be the end. Well, this really is a true riverside walk. It really truly is. Along the banks of whatever river this is. I'll find out and put it on the screen for you. I hope you can see through the trees. Scotland can't seem to stop wowing us. Well, I've just found my first glimpse of a beautiful old stone bridge, and I think our route is going to take us over that and then back up the other side of the river. So it's not a very long walk, it's manageable, it's not accessible. This side of the river is not accessible. I don't think this side is either, because there's going to be a lot of steps. But if you can, if you can walk reasonably, it's not too far. It's a nice walk. So we're heading over the bridge, first built in 1767 and then restored by the Forestry Commission in 2007. Well, good morning. We had a really peaceful night in the car park last night, free of charge. There's toilets, there's some bins, although they were overflowing, but they've been emptied now. And today we're heading off to a campsite that we've booked for a couple of nights right on the west coast. It's got a really odd name, which I can't remember at the moment. Something Wriggle. Anyway, I'm sure we'll tell you when we get there. And we've decided that we're just going to take our time on the route there. And if there's any nice places that look, interesting, we'll stop off on the way just to explore. Well, on our route, we've come across a place where lots of cars are parked, and it turns out it's the Corrieshalloch Gorge. So we're going to go and have a look at what this is all about. The falls you can see behind us are called the Stepped Falls, and you can see why, because it does look like a series of steps. And the next falls on our little mini tour are called the Rocky Falls. And they look like steps as well. They're all rocky. Now we're about to approach a suspension bridge that runs across the gorge, and it was built by Sir John Fowler, or designed by him, and he's famous for making the very first Metropolitan Underground Railway in London. All I would say is this is definitely not the place to come if you're scared of heights. I'm going to make a very quick exit now, and Sue won't be coming on here. Well, what I learned, and I'm glad I didn't know it when I got on the bridge, is it's over 100, well, it was built over 150 years ago. I think the boards must have been redone before, more than 150, well, a fewer years than 150. God, I can't speak. It really is. It turns your tummy when you get on there. I would say, if you get a chance, if you're passing this way, it's definitely worth stopping and having a look. And the best bit about going to this gorge, by the way, the translation of the Gaelic name for it is the Ugly Hollow. Well, it's far from that, but anyway, best bit. We've even got a cafe, so you can stop and have a coffee. Well, this is it. This is the view from our latest pitch. Feels like we've arrived in paradise. We've looked out here. Okay, now I've heard about a thing called the Gulf Stream, so I'm going to get into this water and I expect it to be just like a hot tub. Right, well, here goes. I've got my safety team on the shore. Oh yes, it is just like a hot tub. Oh my goodness, just hello. Yep, I can confirm. That it is just like a hot tub. Not. I've got to get my shoulders down any minute now. There's a bit of an offshore breeze, so I'm going to stick quite close to the shoreline as I swim. Right, here goes. I bet it's warmer in the water than it is with my shoulders out. Let's go. Right. So as you can see, the water is beautifully clear. I'm going to hand this back to Sue now and just try and do a little swim before I go in. Well, that was really good fun, and the water is crystal clear. I can confirm though that it's not quite a hot tub. But, well, you can't have everything, can you? And very, very refreshing. Well, what a difference from yesterday. It's been blowing a hoolie all night. Sue's decided it's not the right conditions for running, so we're going for a walk. It'll be a camera-free walk. Okay, so I lied about being completely camera-free. I've got the iPhone with me. This weather is crazy, but spectacular scenery. You're going to have to forgive the sound. The wind is going crazy all around us. And when you live in a van and you get a day like this, what do? Well, Sue and I have decided to sort out our winter and summer boxes. So let me show you what I mean. This cupboard is my only day-to-day cupboard of clothes. And everything I want to be able to get to, I'd like to be able to get to in there. And even though we've been very good at getting rid of lots of clothes, you can imagine everything I wear in the winter and the summer doesn't fit in that one cupboard. So Sue and I have got 2 boxes each. One box is relatively accessible, and that will keep things like jumpers in during the summer. And then, well, things that I don't need to get every day, but I might, have a jumper for a few days and then swap it for another jumper. So, and then we each have a box which gets sort of pushed to the bottom. We very rarely get it out, except twice a year when we do a box swap. So you will have to forgive the mess. There's boxes everywhere. So this box, if you can hear me for the wind, this box is my winter box. And it's got stuff in here that's been right at the bottom for the whole summer. And I now want it to be more accessible and at the top. Better start going through things. See, this is where I've come to a dilemma. See, I have some black trousers here. Now, these are the kinds of things that actually I don't wear summer or winter. And so they tend to go in the bottom box. And every now and again I have to dig them out. So they're going to stay in the bottom box. See, that's the other good thing as well. You start to find some things that you can just let go of completely and they can head off to charity. So that's how we manage with the clothes that we've got to store it. And we haven't got any other clothes anywhere else. All in the van, and have been ever since we left home 2.5 years ago. Good morning. Well, our time at this beautiful beach site is over. We're leaving today, but we have found, or should I say Sue has found, another park up which is a little bit further south down the coast, not too far, in a harbour. So, well, let's go and see what that's like. And this is it. This is our latest stop. We're at the Gairloch Harbour car park. Motorhomes are allowed to stay there for a 24-hour maximum period. Unfortunately, the machine isn't working at the moment, so we're not quite sure how we're going to pay for it. There is a number and I've left a message, so let's see. I mean, it's £10 for 24 hours, so it's great. And actually, just a little bit further down the road, there is a service point, so you can use, I think you pay £5 or pay a donation to be able to use a service point. Not that we need it at the moment, but this looks like a beautiful spot. This, apparently, is called a statutory. And it's 200 metre stretch of planters and chairs, places for you to sit and enjoy.
So this is Hannah's shop. She makes all her candles, wax melts, she diffusers here in her little studio. She uses soil wax, she blends her own oil, she makes some of the jewellery. Her and her pal Jimmy, who's a tattoo artist, designed the logo for the t-shirts. A local lady makes the cushion covers and the little bags. Hebridean woodwork along the harbour makes her mirrors, these are Dutch elm. Local lady does her crochet and knitting, and this is her artisan chocolate, which was an award winner last year, and delish.
That is absolutely brilliant. And what's your name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, thank you so much.
Enjoy.
This is, how do you say the name of the place? Is it Gairloch?
Gairloch.
Gairloch. So we're in Gairloch, we're in Gairloch Harbour, and as you can see, everything in this little shop is made by local people. How fabulous is that? So definitely recommend this place. I do like this place. Oh look, there's someone who looks like me, look. Two of me. Sue couldn't resist a purchase in this shop, could you?
Two purchases.
Two purchases. From Gairloch Harbour, we're heading off inland. There's a waterfall walk, which apparently will take about an hour and a half there and back. And it's immediately opposite the car park where we're parked. So we're in for a good afternoon and the sun's come out, which is quite remarkable. Well, the waterfall walk is a really, really well signposted walk. You can't go wrong. And it's very beautiful. And so far, it's not been particularly challenging at all. There's a signpost earlier that says, after this point, it gets a bit more tricky for pushchairs or wheelchairs. And I have to say, you'd need the off-road type, I think. But otherwise, so far, this is a very pleasant and relatively easy walk. Well, we're still on the waterfall walk. And here is probably where I think it's most prominent that autumn is upon us. All the ferns are starting to change to those beautiful reds and orange autumn colours. Look at that peak up there. Isn't everything just so beautiful if the rain stops? Well, we've reached a point on this walk, and it did say earlier that this old bridge is no longer safe to walk on. So if we are going to cross here, we have to ford the water, which is fine if we haven't made it all the way to the top, so I'm just going to check the map. We have reached a point where you can see part of the waterfall, but we can see it's right up there as well. So we're going to go back round into the woods, see if we can find another route and capture that. Well, I can see there's a little bit I could stand on a bit further down here, but I'm definitely not going to do that. It looks terrifying and I don't want to get any closer. I'm going to head back up and just see if there's anything a little bit further up here. I think we've probably seen the best bit, but you never know. We'll just go a little bit further and see what we can see. Well, I did think we were at the top, but we weren't. We've had yet another one. We're just going to go a little bit further just in case. We don't want to miss any of this. Because Scotland, you just keep giving us so much. Oh, but you've beaten us. The rain's out. Camera's got to go away. Well, that's another park up done, and with the nights drawing in and us ready for bed, we're going to call it a day. So thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.